Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, December 14th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I allow my mental superpower to be that of the energy of expansion. And today we are finishing up our third and final revolution evolution day of Sun in Sagittarius. We're entering our last week of Sagittarius. But keep in mind, before we enter Capricorn, Sagittarius expansion energy is necessary. It's giving us wings to take off. The Capricorn can then bring in practical layers for. And speaking of practical, we do have the moon in Virgo. And we have multiple planets at master level degrees. This means that the degrees they're at are master numbers, and with master numbers come master lessons. So we have the Sun at 22 degrees today, squaring Neptune at 22 degrees. We have Chiron at 11 degrees. We have Mercury at 11 degrees. In fact, Mercury and Chiron are building into a square. They're not going to hit that square till early on Thursday. We're feeling the beginning of that square. Is that it for the master numbers? Oh, and Jupiter at 29 degrees. And the moon will pass through master degree today too. So lots of master numbers. So today is definitely a day to step into your personal mastery. And how can you do that in Sagittarius? Rather than thinking small, think bigger. Now, thinking might be part of the challenge because we are building into this Mercury in Capricorn square Chiron in Aries at master 11 degrees energy with Mercury in the pre-shadow. So there is some challenge to this. And let me say that master lessons bring challenge. They are not just like cut and dry, easy peasy. They do bring challenge, and this is okay. So our thinking may lean into the shoulds. And yet, to me, this is a call to personal authority when it comes to your thinking, rather than comparing your thinking to anybody else's. And I think that your key to getting there is tuning into what you, specifically you, are grateful for. So this is part of Chiron and Aries, connecting to your essence, spending time feeling gratitude for your personal essence in this energy will support you. This will feed into tomorrow, but just keep this in mind as you keep moving through the day. How can you come back to gratitude to support you and pull you out of any of the drudgery of any shoulds coming up and coming through? So we have that square. We also have Sun and Neptune square. And again, this is so interesting because we're going to have all the mutable signs accounted for. We have, let's see, what do we have in Sagittarius? Just the Sun in Sagittarius? How rude. Sun in Sagittarius, Mars in Gemini, Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, and the moon in Virgo today. And so we're pulling on these mutable energies, and all of these energies are knowledge collectors. And so they can tend to collect knowledge from different sources. And sometimes different sources have different ideas of what is true and what's not. Now, if you watched my video with Nikki last week or my video with Nicole and Ryan on Friday, we bring all of those mutable signs all together. So we were able to find that common ground. And sometimes you can do that in here, but you need to be willing to feed into Moon and Virgo holiness, your wholesome self, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart, all of the parts of you working together. Otherwise, you may find yourself pulled from the outside that are probably feeding into other parts of yourself, like especially the mind. The mind can often get pulled out, and then that can start all the other parts of yourself kind of pulling out, freaking out a little bit. So be aware of that and see where you can, again, just like yesterday, drop into yourself to support you in this energy. Sun square Neptune. A lot of times it's wisdom versus what seems like fantasy or the esoteric or the impossible. And Sagittarius knows that the impossible can happen, but can tend to fall into the, I don't know if that's practical, kind of mindset. So keep that in mind today, that somewhere between reality and the impractical is where creation lies. Oh, I like that. Keep that in mind, because so often we dismiss things that are actually seedlings that can grow into big trees for us. So do keep that in mind. Our final connection is with the moon in Virgo connecting to Venus in Capricorn. And it may be, in order to work through some of these master lessons and to see the impossible into the physical, that you need to actually double down on some self-care, some like a bath night or a massage or something where you can really sink into yourself to help seed through whatever these ideas are. So do keep that in mind. A little self-care time will do you good. Let's look at the cards. Oh yeah, all right. Here's our self-care time. We have the creativity card. I swear this could also be called the nurture card, whether you're nurturing yourself, your ideas, somebody else. It's the Empress card. So it's a call of that mother nurturing energy. We've got that. I think we talked a little bit about gratitude. We've got the ordinariness card, tuning into gratitude to support you through all of these processes, looking for the magic in the mundane, looking for the magic in the ordinary. It's there, and not comparing your process, your ideas to anybody else's. We move on to ripeness. The ripeness card is in reverse. So a lot of these seeds, they're just in their idea stage. It's not necessarily ready to fruit and fall off the tree, and that's okay. Going through that stage is a necessary part of the whole unfolding, and that's where that nurturing energy does come in. I also have the laziness card, which is a card of, hey, there's work to do, but now might not be the moment of doing that. So keep that in mind. Like, yeah, there's going to be a time where there's going to require some work in this, but this may be the concept time. Sit back, allow yourself to daydream. So I'm going to leave that here for today. Let's see, our question of the day. What ideas are, I don't know, I don't want to ask you your special seeded ideas. What's your favorite tree? What's your favorite tree or plant? It's a weird thing, but let's tune into the energy of seeds and plants and growth. And every plant has some meaning behind it, and you may find that that feeds into exactly what you're seeding. So the plant that's popping into my mind, I can't say that it's my all-time favorite, but what I'm thinking of right now is a plant I loved when I was little. We had a Japanese maple tree in front of my house when I was little, and I loved that tree. I thought it was beautiful. So that is a plant that's popping for me right now. What is your plant or tree, whatever that is? Leave it in the comments and you will be added into the drawing to win a year ahead reading, which you can also book by emailing me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power always. And honor your values. Namaste.